Okay, guys, our objective for today is we want to be able to identify the location of points in a coordinate plane. We want to be able to graph them as well. And we also want to be able to find the distance between 2 points on the coordinate plane. Okay? Previously, we plotted points with positive coordinates. Now you'll plot points with positive and negative coordinates. Now I know at some point, I believe we took a look at graphing points in all four quadrants. I know we've done it with our warm-ups, and we may have even touched on this during the lesson. But this will be a nice simple lesson then for most of you if you remember how to do that. First of all, let's talk about the vocabulary. What do we mean by a coordinate plane? A coordinate plane is formed by the intersection of a horizontal number line and a vertical number line. Here's your horizontal number line. We call that horizontal number line the x-axis. All right, notice that the x-axis has a 0. It has numbers to the right of 0, which are positive, has numbers to the left of 0, which is negative, which are negative. So this is your horizontal number line. Your vertical number line is what's called the y-axis. Vertical number line also has a 0. Numbers above 0 are positive on a vertical number line. Numbers below 0 are negative on a vertical number line. When we have our horizontal number line and vertical number line, when we intersect those two number lines, it creates 4 sections called quadrants. Quadrant 1, Quadrant 2, Quadrant 3, Quadrant 4. Notice that we use what are called Roman numerals to identify those quadrants. Next we have what's called the origin. The origin is the intersection of the horizontal and vertical number lines. The origin is located at 0 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis, right? So here's your origin, okay? And all that information you should already know, all right? Finally, we have what's called an ordered pair. This should also be highlighted, right? An ordered pair, grab my highlighter here, right? An ordered pair is used to locate points in a coordinate plane. An ordered pair uses an x value and a y value to locate points on the coordinate plane. Right? Let's take a look at some examples. We want to be able to identify, right, which ordered pair corresponds to point T. Well, here's where point T is located. Well, in order to locate point T, I have to go 3 units on the x-axis. I have to go 3 units down on the y-axis. So 3 units to the right means that my x value is going to be positive 3. 3 units down means that my y value is going to be negative 3. Remember, every ordered pair is an x value first and a y value second. So my x direction is 3, so my x value is positive. My y direction is down, so that's negative. So which point locates T? 3 comma negative 3, right, would be point C. All right. So on your own, if we have to locate each one of these points, I'd ask you guys to stop the video and see how you would do locating these points. Right? But I'm going to do these right now. Okay, so if you want to try it on your own, stop the video and then start it back up in a minute. Okay, let's locate point P. Point P is located 3 units to the left on the x-axis. We always do our x direction first. So 3 units to the left means that our x value is going to be negative 3. I go 3 units up in the y direction. That means my y value is going to be positive 3. So point P is located at negative 3, comma 3. Let's look at point Q. My x direction is 2 to the left. So that is negative 2 in the x direction. And then notice for point Q, I don't go up or down. I don't have to leave the x-axis. Right? So that means my y value is 0. Right? My y value, right, along the vertical number line, Q is located at 0. on the vertical number line. So your y value is 0. Let's locate point R. To get to point R down here, I have to go 1 to the left in the x direction. So that's -1 in the x direction. Then I have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. That is -4 in the y direction. So -1 comma -4 would be the location of point R. Finally, point S. Point S is located up here. For point S, I don't have to go, from the origin, I don't have to go left or right. So that means my x value is 0, right? It's located at 0 on the x-axis. Here's my x-axis. Point S is located at 0 on the x-axis, but it's at +2 on the y-axis. So the location of point S would be 0, 2. All right? Next page. If we want to plot these points and describe the location, okay? In order to describe the location, we're talking about what quadrant the points are located or what axis the point is located. All right? So let's do these three, or these examples here. So I have here a coordinate plane. If you guys want to try these on your own, I'd say stop the video, get a sheet of graph paper, make a coordinate plane, and remember when we do a coordinate plane, my x-axis has to completely overlap a horizontal line that's already there. My y-axis on my graph paper completely overlaps a vertical line that's already there. Okay? So let's start with example 5. Where's 3 comma -1? Well, my x value is 3. So from the origin, I count 1, 2, 3. And then my y value is -1. So from 3, I go down 1, and I put a point here. All right? That's 3 comma -1. Right? So I would say that point is located where? Well, that point is located in quadrant, here we have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. So that is located in quadrant 4. So I'm just going to put an IV here. Right? Located quadrant 4. All right, change colors. Let's do example 6. -5 comma 0. -5 in the x direction is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to the left. 0 in the y direction means I don't go up or down at all. Right? So that's where -5 comma 0 is located. And that point is located on what axis? Right? It's not in any quadrant, but it's located along what? The x-axis. So I'm just going to write x-axis. All right? Change colors. -2.5 and -1. Well, where's -2.5 on the x-axis? Here's 1, here's 2. -2.5 is going to be here. But then we go down 1. So I'm going to be right here. That's a tricky one because we're talking about decimals. -2.5, I'm going to write that. -2.5, comma, -1 is located here. What quadrant is that? Right, it's quadrant 3. 1, 2, 3. And then on our last one, we have -1 1/2 and then comma 1/2. -1 1/2 in the x direction is -1. Here's -1 1/2. But then I have to go up a half. So that's going to be located right there. All right, that's -1 1/2, comma 1/2. And what quadrant is that located in? Oops. Quadrant 2. All right, so not hard. Just remember, when we're graphing points, we always go left to right first. We always do our x direction first, then our y direction second. Okay? Now for finding distances, right? You can read through the example and take a look at, how to find the distances here. All right, we're going to do a little bit differently than the book does it, right? So let's start with the on your own example here. It says, an archaeologist finds a gold coin at -1 comma 4. Here's -1 comma 4. So there's your gold coin. All right, so I'm just going to put GC. That's my gold coin. A silver coin at -4 comma 2. -1, -2, -3, -4 comma 2. That's a silver coin. I'm just going to put SC. Pottery at -4 comma 4. -4, 4, there's your pottery. How much closer is the pottery to the silver coin than the gold coin? Okay, pottery to the silver coin. That's 2 units. Pottery to the gold coin is 3 units. So how much closer is the pottery to the silver coin than it is to the gold coin? We'd have to say 1 unit closer, right? 1 unit closer, 2 to 3. Okay? All right, here's our next example. I'm going to scroll down here. All right, and we're going to do the on your own example here. It says the blizzard hits another town at noon. The table shows the hourly temperatures from noon to 6. So hours afternoon. So that means at noon would be 0 hours at 12 noon. 1 o'clock means 1 hour after 12 noon. 2 o'clock would be 2 hours after 12 noon, and so on. We're asked to display the data in a line graph. So we have to take this data, and along the horizontal axis are going to be my hours afternoon. So here's my horizontal axis, right? They're going to be my hours afternoon. Along the vertical axis are going to be the temperatures. So the first ordered pair is going to be 0, 6. So where's 0, 6? Here's 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 0, 6. Then we have 1, 7. 2, 5. 3, 1. 4, 1. 5, 0. And then it's 6 down here at -3, right? And then we're asked to make a line graph. So we have to connect these with lines. So let's see if I can do that neatly. I'm going to go from here to here, here to here, here to here, 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 and here. So that's part A done. We've displayed the data. We're asked to make 3 observations. All right, well, what can we tell from the data? Well, we could see the temperature rose from noon to 1. So observation number 1, I can say the temperature increased from noon to 1 p.m. Right, that's one observation. Another observation. Let's see. This is interesting here. What does this mean? Right, that would mean the temperature stayed the same from 3 to 4. Temperature stayed the same from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Then one more observation. What else can we see here? Well, we could see that from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, the temperature dropped what? How many degrees? 3 degrees. So I'm going to say from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. the temperature dropped 6 degrees. All right, now there's, of course, some other observations you can make, but those are 3 observations that we can make here. You could say something like this. The largest decrease in temperature came from, what, 2 to 3, right? That's another observation because that's a decrease of 4 degrees. So you could say the largest decrease or the greatest decrease in temperature was from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. You know, that's something you could say there. You know, all kinds of things. Other observations you can make as well, right? But that's the lesson, right? Do your best with plotting your points, and you know, remember the vocabulary, and you know, good luck with that.